editing this, I realized that I'm trying to complete an challenge. So just be advised, you're going to hear a lot. I apologize in advance. Also, I'm usually a lot more energetic than this. I am like really tired today. I'm on very little sleep. And this is my first video on the channel. So I started this a lot more like low energy than usual. So just bear with me, fucking fight through it with me. And the next video, I'll probably be a lot more awake and alive and more fun. Okay. Hello, my name is Oliver Chase. I'm an NSFW content creator based here in Los Angeles, California, and it is nice to meet you. Welcome to my channel, welcome to my life. This is my first video, and I'm going to talk a little bit about who I am, what I'm doing, what my intentions are for this channel and for this journey. So a little bit about me and my background. I have done, live sound and run an event company here in Los Angeles for about, 5 years or so. I also do have experience in the SW space. But I'm in a different place now mentally. I'm in a different place now financially. And I am realizing a few different things. One of the things I'm realizing is, let's reverse a little bit because it ties into this. 4 years ago, I started doing SW with a partner, and it went really well. But our relationship was absolutely terrible. By the time I stopped doing, I guess we'll just call it that project with her, we were making $10,000 a month, but the relationship was so bad, there was no way that it was going to work out. And after that relationship ended, I actually stepped away from that space altogether a few months later. One of the reasons I stepped away was because I realized that I'm not like this big, I don't have the capacity to be on set and do these big, what do you call it? These big productions. I can't meet somebody an hour before shooting with them or find out about them an hour before shooting with them or the day before and just go in and do it. I have to have an emotional connection with somebody. And I realized after the relationship ended that I did not have the capacity to do this the way that I thought I could. It was a big learning experience for me. So I quit. I spent the next year kind of just doing the audiovisual stuff, doing the event company like I had been, and then working on the side doing Uber and DoorDash and stuff like that just to make ends meet. Well, I tried picking it up again about maybe in the summer of last year, 2024, and I was in a really, really bad place when I started. It didn't go well at all. I needed money. I was not in the best emotional and mental headspace, and I just couldn't figure it out. I ended up having a really bad mental breakdown, shaving my head and my eyebrows, and experienced for the first time fetishization and objectification. It was really, really tough for me. I had never experienced it like that before. And by the way, I know that I'm a white man. I have so much privilege. I got just a piece of what so many other people, specifically women of color and women in general, have to experience on an everyday basis. But I shaved my head, and I guess there's a shaved head kink community, fetish space that I was not aware of before. I'm very kink positive, but that was not the intention of why I did it. I wanted to disconnect from the physical, and that absolutely had the reverse effect. It had people coming from the woodworks, hitting me up in my DMs saying, "Hey, time for a shave. Let's get a shave going. Getting a little stubble going. Let's pull the razor out." They were literally saying stuff like that, subbing to me on my, my, I don't know if I could say this, my OF or other things, they were, you know, finding me on these, you know, other explicit sites just to say that to me, and to basically just say, hey, you know, you look so good with a shaved head. And it really fucked me up, and I ended up quitting again. So from then, this is about maybe October, maybe September, October of last year, all the way until now, so just a little over a year, I just focused all my time and energy on the live event company. And I essentially, this year, I have taken off in a way that it never has before. And I haven't had to worry about money for the first time in my life. It's been a really great year. I've been very happy. I've been very satisfied. I just haven't had to worry about my finances for the first time in my life, and I'm 31 now. You know, I am very blessed and lucky to be in the space that I have been. I've also been in therapy now with the same therapist throughout that entire year and a half through this whole journey. Pre second stint into sex work, during that stint, post that stint, this whole last year of 2025 with having like the best year of my life really is genuinely what it's been. And now back into it again. So like, where does that bring us? What does that mean? And where are we? Well, yeah, I noticed after the last year, I got in and out of a relationship, and it was about 6 months long. She's an awesome person. We're actually still friends. But I realized through that experience, and even though I've been having a great time, something's missing. And I don't think, but I know that I enjoy this world still. This fringes of society, taboos, sexual exploration. Really putting myself in, you know, a much I am not the kind of person who's ever going to do a 9-to-5, and I'm never going to be the kind of person who fully fits into society. I'm just not. So I realized, and it had been growing, that there was something missing in my life, and I kind of tried to fight it for a while, realized that I just couldn't, and I went back to it. And this is what it is. And we're here now. What are my intentions and expectations of doing this time around? Well, this time around, I don't need to do this for money. That doesn't mean I'm not going to take it serious and really focus on content and make people happy in the context that I would like to and feel comfortable doing. But I'm doing this a completely different way now. I am not at all the same person that I was a year and a half ago, or even 4 years ago when I started my sex work journey. But I'm very happy. I don't need to do this, and this is something that I would like to do with myself, showing up, and for myself. And I feel like doing this in a way that just feels more like for me is something that's going to just have some really positive experiences. And I'm just excited about it. I really am. I'm genuinely excited about it. And I see real potential for me to have some exploration and liberation, and just really like finding out new things about myself. I'll probably make another video with exactly where my headspace is, like where my headspace actually is. How do I say this? Where I'm at in my sexual journey is what I could say, honestly. I'm probably going to make a second video about that, but there are changes in my life right now that I've experienced the last probably month after getting out of this relationship with my ex. And I'm noticing that I'm going through some changes, man. I'm realizing that, like, you know, I am experiencing some shifts in my sexual energy, and it feels really interesting to be completely present and completely and totally here for what feels like, I don't know if it's a shift or a phase or a new step, but I am open to whatever this next little, chapter has for me. Yeah. So that's a little bit about, where I come from, what I'm doing, and what I intend to do. I appreciate you listening. Thank you so much. And I hope that as I continue to grow, that, I just build a community of people that kind of relate with maybe not everything in my life, but maybe one or two things that, they may be also going through. By the way, this is not a White Claw. This is a Celsius. Don't worry. But yeah, I'm happy in my life. Things are going well, and I feel really confident about the next step of my life, really. So thank you so much. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day, and until next time, bye for now.